Alright, so hopefully this is the last segment. And we're talking about the pattern stack. Okay, so you got our S2L. We just look at this the way this is. This is practically a C shape because C is the bottom string. If I was to take C and put it on top instead of on the bottom there, and just put it on top like that, now we're dealing with a G shape. Okay, all right, now the problem is we'd have to warp over this C. This is only the bottom 5 strings. This is only the bottom 5 strings, right? So now we're looking at our G shape with the Lone Wolf 7. That's why we can't use G in the fret nut to the first dot, because we have, if we're using the G there, we can't access that F sharp. It's in the no play zone. I list it here because for thoroughness, in the G key of G here, we have our G tripentatonic box. There's our Lone Wolf 7. We can't play that card yet, but we can play the pentatonic because pentatonic leaves out the 4th and the 7th. Okay, so I'm trying to help you realize that depending on what string pattern and these are letter patterns now, depending on which one you start on and you build from there, that will give you that key. So this is the key of G. If I take the G and I put it on top there, what key are we going to get? The key of D. Okay, we'll just straighten it out a little bit and I'll show you that. So let's just grab this a second. Okay, and let's go look at the key of D here. Here's our key of D right here. Here's our fret nut. Here's the G, the first dot. And I'll just make a little space for what we just got. So we got our 2, 3, 4. Okay, now this is a 5 string here. So the top string would be the 6, 7 root, because 2, 3, 4 is just a repeat. So there it is, 2, 5, root, 4, 6, 2, 5, root, 4, 6. All right, so for the key of D, this works. We've got the D string shape on the bottom, defining that D. Then we have the A shape, which is the 5th of D, so we're going in a circle here. Starting on D, we go to the A shape, the A string, 5, 6. Okay, because A is the 5th of D. Okay, then we go next to the E string. The 5th of A is the E string. The 5th of the E string is that augmented, that string shape 5th, so it's the augmented 5th. So instead of going to B, we go to C to stay in the word caged. So we have 3, 4, 5 there. Okay, and I don't know if I warped this over too far. I think that's what I did. I might have warped it over too far there. So let's get rid of that bad. So this is the key of D. So that's how that works. That's how that works. We were over here a minute, okay, and we made our key of D here. All right, and the only difference is in with the 6 strings of the guitar, that we would have that repeated first string there. So this is the key of D. It's just the D string shape on the bottom and the D string shape on the top. All right. So That's how we do the key of D, if I'm not mistaken. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strings. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2. Okay, now this should be, this guy should be warped over. You got to be careful. With me, I'm going to mess up. I'm going to mess up a little bit. So this is wrong, and we have to fix that. We have to fix it. Alright, I fixed it. This is your D, key of D. Okay, so it would be playing in the key of D, starting from the E. Alright, now I don't have the fret nut here, so I can reach the 3 and the 7 degree of the key of D. Okay, which the 7 would be the C sharp there. It would be this, so we go 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, warp up, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4. D. Okay, D shaped D. Sorry about that. That's what I get for trying to build patterns in a hurry. Alright, so we're back. So we got up to about D there. Again, we have A. So A goes from the 5-6 string pattern up to the 5-6 again, but of course it will be warped over. There'll be a warping over of that. And if we want to look what that becomes the key of A, starting from the 5-6 there, going to the 5-6, and we'll just go over here so we don't mess up. I don't mess up, sorry. 5-6 starting here. Alright, E would be the 5th, F sharp would be the 6th, and there's our pattern of A from 5-6 to 5-6. So that's how that works. Whoa, we're big time here. That's how that works. And then of course going to E. E is a difficult string sometimes because it's 7 root 2. And you always want to think starting root, but 7 is part of it. And that's also the Locrian. The Locrian is very good, it's close neighbor to the Ionian. So there's your Ionian, there's your Locrian. Okay? So from E to E, which is 7 root 2 to 7 root 2, is our key of E right here. Okay? 7 root 2 to 7 root 2. The top two have been warped over. So in the pattern stack, here we go again, in the pattern stack, the way that you were looking at it, it looked like this. Now I got in trouble before because I want too many changes and I couldn't go back. So I had to get the chart again set up. But I did that while we were on hold. Pause. So this is what it looks like on the pattern stack. So let's just grab this E right here. Okay, and I'm going to show you where it's at. Okay, so this is our E right here. We've got from 7 root 2 to 7 root 2 on the pattern stack, and I went ahead and unwarped. I unwarped these. So it looks the same as the pattern stack. 7 root 2, 3, 4, 5. Now look at it this way, and 6, 7 root. So you can look at the pattern as I'm just going to count. 7 root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root 2. Anybody can do that. Alright. 7 root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root 2, 3, 4, warp up 5, 6, 7 root 2. You just count them. Luckily I was doing it in the key of C. But that doesn't mean it wouldn't be any harder if I was doing it on a regular guitar with no sticky notes, because then I wouldn't have the white notes distracting me, although if I go with the white notes I could do a guitar grid in just piano black and white. That might be helpful because then it's easier to haze out the whole thing and just count. You know, you're not going to freak out if you see different colors. So there's various ways to go